There's some disturbing news. There's been a murder at Westgate Bay. To tell us more is award-winning author from Herne Bay, Carol M. Creasy. Good afternoon, Carol.
Good afternoon.
Carol, you're a successful author. When did you first start to write?
I wrote my first book in 1993, and that was inspired by my son. I didn't actually plan to be an author, but he was born with many difficulties, including autism, and not given a very long lifespan. But he proved the doctors wrong. And when he got to 21, I wrote his story. I wrote it out and sent it to Mencap. I didn't actually aspire to be an author. I assumed that they would publish it in their magazine. But when they read it, they said this really ought to be a book. And they, in fact, introduced me to my publisher, and he has supported me ever since with all my other books for the last 30 years.
And how many books have you written?
I've written 11.
And you are an award-winning writer. What awards have you won?
I won in 2020, I won the Reader's Choice Award with the first book, which is entitled My Life is Worth Living. That has been a bestseller ever since it was brought out. I also got third place for One Moment of Madness, a thriller, and another third place for Evil Woman, another one of my books.
And you said the reason you started writing. What inspires you now to write?
Life, people. You meet very interesting people, and I was very prolific during lockdown. I actually wrote 3 books because there wasn't much else to do. So, we used to go for walks every day, and the surrounding countryside and the beaches gave me ideas for my new books.
Your last 3 books have featured Detective Alan Clarke. Who is Detective Alan Clarke?
Well, obviously he's not a real person, but in my mind he's very real. He's a young man who's done very well for himself. In the first book, I think he's about 27 years old, and he's already become a DCI. And it's just the journey of his life, his private life, how he tries to fit his private life and his job together, keep his marriage together, and, be a good husband and be a good policeman. But he's also a very fair policeman in the fact that when they have a suspect, he doesn't believe in forcing them to confess when maybe they haven't done it with, severe methods. He's very fair in the way he acts.
And your latest book, Murder at Westgate Bay, is obviously quite an intriguing book. Why did you choose Westgate?
Right, well, I work in a lovely shop at Westgate called Westgate Galleria, and I've been there since 2019. And when I came to work in the mornings, instead of coming along the main road, if you turn left and go down past Apple Bay, you have a lovely ride along with the sea stretching out on your left, a golf course on the right. It's very beautiful. I discovered West Bay, which is where the murder actually takes place, and I decided that this is so lovely, I really need to put this in a book. And having said that, I've met a lot of the local people. They come into the shop and they buy my books, so I really wrote this one especially for them.
And you've recently done a book signing at Westgate Galleria. Is it nice to actually meet your readers?
Oh, absolutely. I love that. I love the chats we have together and experiences that we share. Yes, it's really great.
And tell us a little bit more about Murder at Westgate Bay.
Right, well, there's a local doctor, and he's very well revered in the area. He works at the QEQM one day a week, but he's also part of a large practice. And he comes home this particular evening. He's got a housekeeper who's cooked a meal for him. It's in the oven. He eats, he eats the meal. He doesn't get as far as eating the meal, but he comes in. It's just a normal day. His brother is planning to come and visit him later, also his daughter and other various people. And then in the next chapter we hear that his body has been discovered, and then it's a question of tracing all the all the characters that are mentioned. Have any of them got a reason to murder such a nice man who cures people, makes them better? And that's how the story unfolds, really.
And obviously the rest of it, you'll find the conclusion by reading the book.
Absolutely. You can try and work it out for yourself, but it's all revealed at the end.
And if our listeners would like to purchase your books, where can they purchase them from?
Right, well, they can buy them from Westgate Galleria, and they can also buy them from Walrus and Oyster in Canterbury, but they can also be ordered from any good bookshop as well.
Well, Carol, thank you very much for speaking to us today, and good luck with your books.
Thank you very much.